Fu Panda 4. Yeah, it's another ramble, guys. It's another ramble! But this time I'm in the car, so I'm going to try to make it short. This audio might be bad. I'm going to try to edit it as much as I can. Basically, I want to talk about this movie because it's still in my feed, and I enjoyed it, and I absolutely adore Kung Fu Panda. But I have some things to say. So, overall, my first impressions was it looked like a money grab. But I didn't hate it. A lot of people hated it. Fun fact, when I was seeing this movie, the fire alarm went off in the movie theater, and I still don't know what it is, but or what it was. We had to go outside, there were fire alarms, fire people came, and, I don't know what happened, but then we got let back in, and I got off track. So, this isn't about that, this is about Kung Fu Panda 4. And overall, I did not hate it. And I know everyone wasn't going to hate it, but I have problems with it. There were definitely things that could have been a lot better. It definitely did not match up to the first two movies for me, to be honest. I don't really remember the third that much. It didn't stand out. So you know what? Maybe it wasn't that good. I don't really remember it. But 1 and 2 were incredible movies. So basically this movie, we have Po again. He's a dragon warrior! Because that's what he always was. But then Shifu, as we all know, Shifu's his mentor. I love Shifu, and he should have had a better role, FYI, but he didn't. And basically, he was like, "Oh, you're not the dragon warrior anymore! You're going to be the spiritual leader or whatever of the Valley of Peace," whatever that means. They never really explain, why, I don't think. I paid attention to this movie. I just, I don't know. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't horrible. Anyway, so yeah, and Poe's like, no, I like being the dragon warrior. I like it. But too bad, because you can't choose for some reason. So, instead of it being, logical, oh, cool, how about one of the Furious Five who trained for their entire lives for this? No. They're all on separate missions barely in the movie. They come back in the end, yada, yada, yada. So, it's not them. It's this fox! It ends up being this fox, Zen? I don't remember her name. I think it's, Jen. Voiced by Awkwafina! And she's like, so I found this staff, which was what was it? It was Oogway's, staff of the spirit world or something. And, by the way, the villain in this movie is the chameleon, which could have been amazing, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Basically, she's mad because she wanted to do Kung Fu her whole life, but she's too small and quirky. Poor her. However, Mantis! Okay, he was a Kung Fu master, so what stopped him? And what else? Oh yeah, she just didn't have, that much of, an interesting thing to me. She could have been cool. She had cool powers. She still had Jen steal the staff so she could, steal Tai Lung and everyone. She could bring them back from the spirit world and steal their Kung Fu, right? Because she couldn't learn it because she was too short and quirky, so she couldn't learn Kung Fu. But, it's not like Mantis or Viper exist, which are this. Well, Mantis is smaller than her. Shifu's smaller than her, and he's what's he, a red panda. And then, because he said it, I thought he was a flying squirrel, I guess not. But, basically that. And I'm like, okay, you could have had a much better backstory. But no, it's just because she's short and quirky, and they could to each other, no, you're too short and quirky. But no, so then now she's a shape-shifting lunatic. But anyway, so, basically, she took Jen under her wing, and that was explained in the movie too. I'm not here to explain the whole movie, I'm just here to ramble, okay? I'm sure most of you have seen this, okay? You basically know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so she took Jen under her wing her whole life, and now Jen's a criminal, and she went to go steal a staff. And she did, because Poe's stupid. But first, she ends up in, jail, or whatever, and then they go on this adventure and go see the chameleon. By the way, Poe's two dads, his adopted dad, the goose, and his real dad, I don't remember his name. Like the hiccup. I didn't have to. Anyway, as you can hear my car in the background. I wanted to record this. I was just in the mood. I didn't feel like listening to podcasts or music. I can't have silence though, so I had to talk. Anyway. So, where was I? Oh yeah, the dad. So basically they go off on an adventure because Jen is out of prison, because Jen's like, hey, I know where to go, and then Shakespeare's like, no, I don't like this idea. But Poe's like, oh, too bad, not like you're my master or anything. So he takes Jen with him. And they go on this adventure, and they end up in this, like, bunny tavern thing where, like, the fox, Jen, steals a bunch of, or Awkwafina, let's just call her Awkwafina, steals a bunch of things because she's a fox, and foxes are slimy and mischievous! She steals things, she's like a bandit. Yeah, and they knock the whole place down. Then they go see where the chameleon is, which aka where Jen used to live, and she introduces him to a bunch of villains who live underground, because I don't know, I guess they have no lives. I don't really remember. They're just, like, hiding underground. And so the chameleon basically took over this whole city, and she wants to have the power of Kung Fu, and that's why Jen ends up tricking Po, because they get into her palace or whatever. And she steals the staff and gives it to the chameleon. So the chameleon's able to, like, get everyone, like, who's dead, like the old villains, like Tai Lung and stuff. She's able to, like, steal their Kung Fu from the spirit realm or whatever. So she does that, and then there's this big cool battle or whatever, and we'll see all the villains, like, watching, like, what's going on. And basically, obviously, we all know who wins. It's Jen and Po, because they're the protagonists! And, they win. And basically, oh my gosh, that dog is so cute. They steal it. No, they win. She turns into this big dragon at some point, by the way. Don't really know why, how. She just has all these shape-shifting powers, and she can, like, I guess, like, put them together. I don't know. Wow, that's a big truck. Anyway, so yeah, someone almost crashed into me. Dang, people! What's happening? What are you driving? Anyway, so they win, and at the end, Po was like, Jen, you're my dragon warrior. Not the Furious Five, not anything like that, just you, because you stole from me and then you gave it back, because you're so sweet. So now Awkwafina's the dragon warrior, not Jack Black. So then, by the end, there's this training montage, right? And guess who we see? The Furious Five! But that's the only time. And that was it.